Hey guys, what's up? Slovakia here again with another, I guess you would say, learn to play fighting games video. So this video, what I'm going to talk about is learning new characters. So since picking up CVS2, I actually had to pick up like multiple characters to learn and not just stick with one character as I did with previous games because, well, this is a team-based game, so I need to have at least 3 characters. And I've even picked up a couple of different grooves that I want to learn in, so that gives more combinations, but I need to have at least 3 characters to learn, so I've been trying to pick up new characters and trying to learn each character. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. Alright, what's the best way to learn, the fastest way that gets me the most results? So what I've came to realize is, well, first, when you pick up a character, what you want to do is you want to learn just the normal moves, right? If you're an absolute beginner, this is like kind of from beginner to, I guess, intermediate levels. So you want to learn the buttons. So what do the buttons do? From standing, crouching, to jumping. You need to learn what each button does. So just do that. That's typically what I did. And just to see, like, even their movement, like how quick they move. Like Chun-Li moves very fast. And she jumps very floaty. So it's very different from, like, Zangief, right? So it's very fast. And you have to have the other options in this game, like if I'm Siguru, I have dash, roll. So I need to get used to those things. So I need to just move around, get used to your character, their movement. And that's the first thing I do. The next thing, obviously, if you're kind of new to Street Fighter or new to the game, right? You want to check out the command list, like over here. It's nice and convenient in this game. Shows you what all their moves are. Chun-Li doesn't have too many, so other characters might have a lot more. So you want to get familiar with their special moves. That's Koken, right? And each version of the Koken, right? Like slow version goes to farthest, medium goes to kind of far, and fast one goes to least far, but that has least recovery, it's fastest. So this one's real slow. She takes a while to recover, and this one's much faster. Spinning bird kick, right? You farther, and then the roundhouse one, right? And also the lightning legs. So in this game, you can actually piano the buttons. I think this might be the first game that I know of that you can piano the buttons and have it count towards the multiple button presses. Because in ST, you have to press the same button, but this one is just a little easier. That's why I think arcade sticks is useful for the button layouts. I think it's harder to do this on pad. And it's the main reason why I got an arcade stick in the beginning, because I kind of first started taking fighting games seriously around the Street Fighter 4 time, and I was playing on actually PS3 pad. And I thought about, I want to try to use Chun-Li. But then I realized, she has to do these multiple inputs. It's going to be hard on pad. So then I learned about the piano method. So anyways, that's just a little aside. So alright, so once you have the special moves down, you can throw them out whenever you can. And then you can practice a few bread and butter combos, which is what I do. I do a couple of things, 2 things. What's the most damaging combo when they're dizzy, or like you hit confirm into a like you're gonna hit them. You want to do the most damage. Like that's one combo. The other one's the hit confirm combos. Like with her, it's the crouching light punch. So you can hit confirm with these. So that's her hit confirm combo. You can obviously, hers is a little more difficult, and that took a while to practice, but that's her hit confirm, right? Her damaging one would just be, well, you have to, one without meter and with meter, so was a standing hard punch into the super. That's pretty hard, but I mean, it gets easier, but the easier one, you can do the crouching one, which is a little easier to hit. Like if they're miss a short, you can just do that into super. And that's a pretty hefty punish. And if you don't have meter, if they're dizzied, like you can do like this. I think the spinning bird kick one does the most damage. So that one I think does the most damage. But you can also do a standing roundhouse one. It's a little harder to do. You also want to figure out which one's harder to do, which one's easier, and which one's more reliable. So you have to do those trade-offs, right? So the standing roundhouse into a spinning bird kick is a little harder time. Like that. That one does you can combo into jump attack too, but time is very strict. Anyways, so now you're ready. You got your bread and butter combos and your hit confirmed, right? If you have those down, so this is this is where I realized the next thing I needed to do. And now I need a moving target instead of just a dummy that stands there. So what I started to do is, I did a couple of things. I started to actually just play arcade mode. And in this game, you can just play arcade mode with one character. You don't need to do teams. And that allows me to have at least a moving target. And then what I focus on is like different things. Like I want to focus on the anti-air for the computer. And in this game, you can actually make I think in most modern games, you can make the dummy into a CPU. And they'll start moving. So when they start moving, you can try to look for different things, like how do I anti-air him when he jumps, you know? And the CPU is like, you can change your difficulty if you want, you know, what's the ideal position to stand, right? And they're moving around. And how do I punish them when they make a mistake? And the CPUs make a lot of mistakes, so this is really good practice for like, just hit confirming to things and punishing things that they do, right? But obviously not like it's not a person like the CPU will roll and throw and stuff. You gotta, you know, get your brain used to seeing stuff like that and throwing them back and stuff like that. So this is what I've been doing. Like just practicing with the CPU. And then after that, then I would actually start trying to maybe play some actual people and get some matchup experience. Right? Let's stop the dummy for a second. So then I would play people with the character, you know, preferably not somebody who's like super much better than you are, because then you're not going to learn anything, because with the character you barely get to the move and then you die. So hopefully somewhere near your skill level, and then you can try to play that character. You know, don't try to do too much. Focus on one thing, saying I'm just going to focus on using this anti-air for this person for now. Like once you're good at that, you know, I'm going to focus on landing a bread and butter hit confirm combo with them or something. I'm going to focus on getting, you know, my maximum damage combo when they're dizzy. So those are the things I try to focus on. And next thing is when you're playing them different people now, they're gonna do things and you're gonna get hit by them and you're like, oh wait, I shouldn't be getting hit by those. Or what do I do when they do something like that? Like how do I punish it, right? That's where the training mode get to the next level of learning. So for example, Dictator, you know, he has the scissors kick, right? Try it again. So, light scissors kick. Light scissors kick is pretty safe for most characters, but with Chun-Li you can actually punish it. So now it's the next. I can't even get it. See, I'm hitting. Now I'm noticing what the mistakes I'm doing. So I'm like hitting the button too early or something, right? And from certain distances, you can't punish it. Like if you only hit once, then you can't. You're out of range. So you're out of range. You can't hit that. So you know your distances when you can punish, and then your timing. Right? And you get the big damage punish right there. So now, yeah, once you're familiar with the character, you're comfortable with the character. Yeah, you start playing games. And then it's a back and forth process. You're gonna lose a lot of BS, and then you gotta come back to the lab. And you gotta figure out, all right, how do I punish? What do I get the most damage out of? How do I stop somebody from doing certain things? You know, record them doing things, then try to, you know, find the optimal way to stop it. And another useful thing is to start. Then you can start watching the higher level videos of people playing, and then try to notice how they use the characters versus how you're using the characters. Like what range they're standing in. You know, what buttons are they using in certain situations? How do they punish certain things? And then once you watch enough, you know, you kind of remember those things. Like pick out one thing and try to utilize it in your game until it becomes natural. And you add more and more to that. And so more things become natural. And that's how you slowly improve. And that's generally my process for learning a character. And since there's a lot of characters on your team you have to learn here, it takes a while. You might get better at one character and lag behind another character, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna sit here. You know, usually I spent maybe an hour or two like practicing each character and practicing, you know, punishes, make sure my execution is correct. So every bit you do, the more clean your play will get, and then the better you get. just like I always compare playing fighting games to like learning a skill, like an instrument or something. Like you have to do it over and over again until like you just have the execution down, and then you're thinking about making decisions versus executing, right? Just like playing music, you're thinking about like what kind of music you want it to sound like versus how to play the instrument. So that's just my little spiel, how to pick up a character and how to, I guess, learn fighting games in general. And I hope that helps you as either a new player or even maybe like a mid-level or seasoned player. Maybe you can find this useful. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you liked my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.